Here is information about the mountain man, Dashrath Manjhi. Let us read about Dashrath Manjhi and answer the questions. Dashrath Manjhi ran away from his home at a young age and worked at Dhanbad's coal mines. He returned to his village, took up work, and married Falguni Devi. While crossing Gahalore hills to bring him lunch, Falguni slipped and seriously injured herself. They could not reach her to the nearby hospital because there was no straight access to the town, and which eventually led to her death. Manjhi was deeply disturbed and that very night decided to carve a path through the Gahalore hills so that his village could have easier access to medical services. He carved a path 360 feet long, 25 feet deep in places and 30 feet wide to form a road through the rocks in Gahalore hill. He quoted, "When I started hammering the hill, people called me a lunatic, but that steeled my determination." He completed the work in 22 years, started in 1960 and ended in 1983. This path reduced the distance between the Atri and Wazirganj sectors of the Gaya district from 55 kilometers to 15 kilometers. Later, Manjhi said, "Though most villagers taunted me at first, there were quite a few who lent me support later by giving me food and helping me buy my tools." For his achievement, Manjhi became popularly known as the Mountain Man. His name was also proposed by the Bihar government for the Padma Shri Award in 2006. When a movie on his life was announced, Manjhi was on his deathbed. He put his thumb impression on an agreement and gave away exclusive rights to make a film on his life. The Mountain Man was given a state funeral by the government of Bihar. He was truly a great man. Now, let us answer some questions. Dashrath lost his wife. He was terribly disturbed. What would Manjhi have told himself that night? Cruel God took away my wife. Now I hate God. I must do dharna against the government for pressing them to build a good road from Atri to Wazirganj. I myself will start making a road through hills, whatever odds I have to face. I will unite the people of Atri and lead a procession to the authorities. Our demand will be, give us road, give us life. Manjhi must have told himself, I myself will start making a road through hills, whatever odds I have to face. Are you moved and impressed by Dashrath's great deed? Write a message in about 30 words in the memory of this mountain man. Dear Dashrath, we salute you because even in a personal tragedy, you could think about the problems of people. Your great achievement has helped the others. What a selfless service for the society. What inspiration do we get from people like Manjhi? We should not dash, instead, we should dash. We should not wait for others to do some good work. Instead, we should do whatever our heart tells us to do. How would you solve these problems with minimum help from others? Crossing a river, carrying your heavy friend to a hospital, staying for one rainy night in the forest, creating support for a very poor student. Crossing a river. Swim across the river or find a wooden log and float across on it. Carrying your heavy friend to a hospital. Call an ambulance. Staying for one rainy night in the forest. Look for a shady tree or a hollow of a tree or a cave. Creating support for a very poor student. Use my pocket money first and then ask my friends for help in the form of books, uniform, etc. Tracks to Taj Nagar. For 25 years, residents of Taj Nagar village near Gurgaon lobbied for a railway station in their village. When their demand was not met, the villagers decided to take matters into their own hands. They pooled in 21 lakh rupees and built a railway station on their own. Most of the 3,000 people living in the village are farmers. But such was the burning desire to have a station in the village, everybody contributed according to their capacity. Ranging from 3,000 rupees to 75,000 rupees. They donated money for the station and we started the construction in January 2008, said Ranjit Singh, a former village sarpanch. There are a large number of people in the village who need to go to Gurgaon, Delhi and Rewari. There are students who go to colleges. Till now, we had to either go to Halimandi or Patli to catch a train. Both the stations are 6 kilometers away from Taj Nagar. We thought when the railway lines passed through the village, we would have a station here. But that didn't happen. So, we raised the demand in 1982 and have been continuously asking for it. But the railway told us that they did not have funds. So, finally we decided to craft our own destiny, said Hukum Chand, a member of the committee. As a result, the Panchayat passed a resolution in 2008 saying that since the railway was not able to build a station for them, they would do it for themselves and with their own money. Soon, an 11-member team was formed and the team started collecting money from villagers. On 7th January 2010, as a result of their efforts, the first railway station in the country on which the railway did not have to spend a single rupee started operations. Sitapur's light. In rural Uttar Pradesh, over 60% of households are without power. Sitapur district is one such place with no power. A small social enterprise called Mera Gaon Power, MGP, is trying to change things. They are putting 2 solar panels at a time. In just over a year, MGP has connected more than 3,500 customers to solar power mini-grids at a village level. Village by village, MGP is building a network of low-cost solar microgrids that provide 2 LED lights and a mobile charging point to all paying households at a cost of 25 rupees per week. That is cheaper than kerosene, which can cost almost double across a month. Solar power as a smokeless source of light comes with added benefits to customer health. Installing a microgrid is a grand event in the village, and everyone gets involved. In the village of Damdampurawa, the team maps the village house by house beneath the scorching midday sun, working out where to place each wire so as to connect customers to the power source. Some householders join in, while others look on, calling out orders or watching the curious proceedings wide-eyed. The roof of a sturdy, brick-walled home in each village is always chosen as the site for the panels and the battery. Azaz, one of the company's first electricians, to be recruited from the local district block of Reusa, installs the panel in a southerly direction to capture as much sunlight as possible. We are saving our environment with these lights. And there's no pollution in our homes either, says a farmer from the village. New businesses are starting to emerge amongst the customers too, says another. In one village, customers are using the light to weave saris by night. In another, one man now has a night business making plastic tablecloth, he says. It's nice to have light while we cook and eat. Our children are also studying more now. Palakkad's Public Library. In Kerala, the Palakkad District Public Library has been up and running since September 2013. It is a fine modern library, a center for information, knowledge, wisdom, cultural activities, research and reference. But it has recently been in the news for different reasons. A third of its 1,000 members are women. These women, supported by the shared space the library offered them, launched a women's unit in February 2014. The unit got together to discuss methods of empowering women. The library opened its halls for film screening, workshops in home economics or gardening, childcare or the arts, and for women to get help in managing family conflicts, legal disputes, and professional problems. The secretary of the library pointed out that through reading, women would realize their own strength and forge a unity. It was noted that the lending libraries of earlier times were disappearing, and the present rural reading rooms were too often full of only male readers. The unit discussed that if the once well-read women of Kerala continued to squander their hours in front of television, it would encourage a climate in which women are afraid to go out after dark. So, the unit has formulated plans on opening separate reading rooms for women. Palakkad's district library stands tall as a beacon to encourage women's empowerment through classes, clubs, workshops, and reading rooms. And then there are the books, which will provide the women the strength they need to make good use of these opportunities. Let us now find out the meaning of some difficult words. Resident, residing in a particular place. Lobbied, joined hands to influence government. Demand, a strong need. Pooled in, collected and gathered. Burning desire, strong wish. Contribute, to give to common fund. Capacity, ability. Donate, to give something to help a person or an organization. Former, predecessor. Sarpanch, the head of a village. Need, require, want. Raise, increase. Craft, shape. Destiny, fate, luck. Resolution, an official decision. Power, ability to control people. Enterprise, a business organization. Panel, a group of people who answer questions. Provide, to supply. Forge, to create something strong, enduring, and successful. Benefit, advantage. Involved, to have as a part of something. Beneath, below, under. Scorching, burning. Sturdy, strong and healthy. Recruited, hired. Reference, source. Recently, lately, in the last few days. Share, participate. Launch, start a unit. Empower, to give power to. Counsel, advice given to someone. Discreet, not likely to be seen or noticed. Dispute, a quarrel. Professional, relating to work that needs special training and education. Lending, issuing books. Squander, waste time in foolish manner. Climate, atmosphere. Formulate, to create by careful efforts. Beacon, someone or something that guides or gives hope to others. Rural, related to the village. Now, let us move to the vocabulary section. Look at this group of words. In the group of 4 words, 2 words are either synonyms or antonyms. Circle these words, then circle S if they are synonyms and A if they are antonyms. Destiny, merit, panel, fate. Destiny, fate. Synonym, rural, urban, micro, social. Rural, urban. Antonym, sturdy, weakly, strong, burning. Strong, sturdy. Synonym, desire, demand, reason, wish. Wish, desire. Synonym, cheap, solar, costly, scorching. Cheap, costly. Antonym, benefit, disadvantage, beacon, space. Benefit, disadvantage. Antonym, resolution, determination, decision, craft. Resolution, determination. Synonym, curious, burning, afraid, incurious. Curious, incurious. Antonym, opportunity, wisdom, chance, knowledge. Opportunity, chance. Synonym. Now, let us fill in the gaps of these sentences with the correct form of the word in bold print. Decide. We must come to a decision very soon as we are running short of time. We beat them decisively. We won 7-0. Manan can never make up his mind. He is very indecisive. Reside. Mr. P.G. Pathak is a dash of Shastri Nagar area. The police inquired of his dash in Delhi. You can't have a ration card of this city as you are dash of this city. Mr. P.G. Pathak is a resident of Shastri Nagar area. The police inquired of his residency in Delhi. You can't have a ration card of this city as you are non-resident of this city. Strong. You must dash your body to face such hardships as you are going to join our army next month. The inner dash of our father of the nation, Gandhiji, made the Britishers quit India. Bhim gave such a dash blow of his mace on Duryodhan's thigh that he was injured. You must strengthen your body to face such hardships as you are going to join our army next month. The inner strength of our father of the nation, Gandhiji, made the Britishers quit India. Bhim gave such a strong blow of his mace on Duryodhan's thigh that he was injured. Construct. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar is one of the dash of the Constitution of our country. Students should be given dash education rather than theoretical. The dash of the Taj Mahal began in 1632 by Shah Jahan in Agra. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar is one of the constructors of the Constitution of our country. Students should be given constructive education rather than theoretical. The construction of the Taj Mahal began in 1632 by Shah Jahan in Agra. Power. Our government is trying its best for women dash in every walk of life. Don't you think that India needs some dash leaders like Sardar Patel nowadays? The new law of RTI dash us to get any information. Our government is trying its best for women empowerment in every walk of life. Don't you think that India needs some powerful leaders like Sardar Patel nowadays? The new law of RTI empowers us to get any information. Now, make different forms of the given words and use them in sentences. Inform. Do you have any information about the exam dates? There are very few informative channels on TV. Have you informed your parents of the picnic? Direct. In which direction is the wind blowing? The principal has written all the directives in the book. Can you help me to change this sentence into indirect speech? Beauty. This is a beautiful picture. How can you beautify this house? Neha sings so beautifully. Now, read and complete the sentence by selecting the proper word from the brackets. Arzu wanted a job of an officer, so she applied for the job. Our society pooled in rupees 3,50,000 for relief fund. Anand Nagar has no electricity, so the GEB is going to establish mini grids there. The Lok Sansar launched a new scheme of flats. Read the following sentences and make them meaningful by placing the proper word at the proper place. The people of Bhavnagar have raised the demand for Bhavnagar-Tarapur railway line for many years. Our government has started a scheme of giving LED bulbs to the needy people. Very soon, Gujarat government will recruit about 45,000 persons in various administrative departments. In Gujarat, we face the scorching heat of the sun during May and June. Read the given sentences and say whether they are true or false. Write true or false for them and also correct the false sentences. Arzu won the election of the village. She was elected as a Talati. False. Arzu won the election of the village. She was elected as the Sarpanch. We visited Ghoga last week because we wanted to launch a new project. True. There are lunar panels in our village. False. There are solar panels in our village. Solar power is a smokeful source of light. False. Solar power is a smokeless source of light. In recent times, most people use fluorescent lamps to save electricity. False. In recent times, most people use LED lamps to save electricity. Most of our women squander their time in watching TV serials or family drama. True. Now, let us have some fun. Look at the words given in brackets. We have to rearrange the order of the letters of the word in the bracket and place it in the blank to make the sentence meaningful. For example, the letters in the words silent and listen are same, but the meaning of these words is different. Now, let's start. Your knowledge of computer is a big asset. The climate of this region is humid, so being an asthma patient, you can't stay here. Dr. Batra's counsel to Astha for her choosing a career proved fruitful. It was Dashrath's destiny that he would die when none of his sons was present there. Mr. Khan is a resident of this society, so he must pay the maintenance charges. Brinda's desire to educate her daughter in an English medium school was fulfilled as they shifted to Baroda from a small village. Now, read the given paragraph and fill in the gaps with proper words from the bracket to make meaningful sentences. Contribute, brilliant, pulled in, dispute, finally, empowering, issue, lobbied, provide, formulate, poverty. Sudha Murthy found that Hanumanthappa was a brilliant boy, but unfortunately, he was not able to study further because of his poverty. She wanted to contribute in his study. She talked about this issue in her staff and they pooled in 1 lakh rupees. They had a little dispute over the course of his choice. Finally, the issue was resolved by empowering a senior colleague to take decision. Now, let us move to the comprehension section. Read the given sentences and tick mark them as true or false, and also correct the false sentences. The government funded 21 lakh rupees to build the railway station. False. The people of the village pooled in 21 lakh rupees to build a railway station on their own. Majority of people living in Taj Nagar are businessmen. False. Majority of people living in Taj Nagar are farmers. Ranjit Singh is the Sarpanch of Taj Nagar village. False. Ranjit Singh is the former Sarpanch of Taj Nagar village. Azaz, the electrician, was given the job of a technician. True. Out of 1,000 members of the library, 300 are women. True. The library arranged seminars to solve the family problems of women. False. The library arranged workshops in home economics, gardening, childcare, arts, and to help women to manage family conflicts, legal disputes, and professional problems. Separate reading room for women was set up to give them safe space. True. Now, read the given sentences and tick mark the most appropriate option for them. The wish of the villagers was to collect fund for a railway station, renovate the railway station, build a railway station, ask the authority for a railway station. Build a railway station. The railway authorities refused for a railway station because there was lack of funds, no tracks, no need, no staff. Lack of funds. What is the source of smokeless light? Kerosene, electricity, solar power, thermal power. Solar power. Palakkad's library is unique for its women members, cultural activities, strength and unity of members, social reforms. Women members. The library set up a separate reading room for women because there were only male members, the women could feel safe, the women could not waste time, the women could come at night, the women could feel safe. The solar panels are installed on the tall buildings of the village, on the roof of a strong-walled house, on the top of every house in the village, on the tall towers raised in the village, on the roof of a strong-walled house. Read the given paragraph and correct the text by replacing the underlined words with words from the bracket. Farmers, capacity, construction, burning, donated, living, contributed, funded, demanded. Most of the 3,000 people living in the village are farmers. But such was the burning desire to have a station in the village, everybody contributed according to their capacity. Ranging from 3,000 rupees to 75,000 rupees, they donated money for the station and we started the construction in January 2008, said Ranjit Singh, a former village sarpanch. Look at this table. This column has paraphrased sentences, while the other column consists of original sentences from the text. Let us read the original sentences from the text and match them with the paraphrased sentences. Original sentences, paraphrased sentences. Palakkad's district library stands tall as a beacon to encourage women's empowerment through classes, clubs, workshops, and reading rooms. And then there are the books, which will provide the women the strength they need to make good use of these opportunities. These sentences match with the paraphrased sentence. The library provides the women the strength to empower them. Installing a microgrid is a grand event in the village, and everyone gets involved. In the village of Damdampurawa, the team maps the village house by house beneath the scorching midday sun, working out where to place each wire so as to connect customers to the power source. Some householders join in, while others look on, calling out orders or watching the curious proceedings wide-eyed. The paraphrase sentence for these sentences is: villagers watched with surprise the setup of grid at a proper place, as it was like a festival. Village by village, MGP is building a network of low-cost solar microgrids that provide 2 LED lights and a mobile charging point to all paying households at a cost of 25 rupees per week. An organization arranged for power at a low cost. For 25 years, residents of Tajnagar village near Gurgaon lobbied for a railway station in their village. When their demand was not met, the villagers decided to take matters into their own hands. They pooled in 21 lakh rupees and built a railway station on their own. The villagers collected 21 lakh rupees to build a railway station after the rejection of demand. The library opened its halls for film screening, workshops in home economics or gardening, childcare or the arts, and for women to get help in managing family conflicts, legal disputes, and professional problems. The library started to settle all kinds of disputes of women. There are a large number of people in the village who need to go to Gurgaon, Delhi, and Rewari. There are students who go to colleges. Till now, we had to either go to Halimandi or Patli to catch a train. Both the stations are 6 kilometers away from Tajnagar. The villagers had to go 6 kilometers to catch a train to Gurgaon, Delhi, and Rewari. Sitapur district is one such place with no power. A small social enterprise called Mera Gaon Power, MGP, is trying to change things. They are putting 2 solar panels at a time. In just over a year, MGP has connected more than 3,500 customers to solar power mini-grids at a village level. A place in Sitapur got transformed with the help of a plan for electrifying it with solar energy. In this table, there are some sentences in column A and some questions in column B. Let us read the sentences in column A and relate them with the questions in column B. They pooled in 21 lakh rupees. Who gave the money? We had to either go to Halimandi or Patli to catch a train. What was the problem in that? In Sitapur district, one such place with no power, a small social enterprise is trying to change things. What are they doing? But it has recently been in the news for different reasons. What is that? The unit got together to discuss methods of empowering women. How did they do it? Now, let us read the given questions and answer them. How long did the people of Tajnagar try to persuade the railway authorities for a railway station? The people of Tajnagar tried to persuade the railway authorities for 25 years for a railway station. Where did the villagers have to go to board a train? The villagers had to go to Gurgaon, Delhi, and Rewari to board a train. What is the main problem in rural Uttar Pradesh? The main problem in Uttar Pradesh is that more than 60% of the houses are without power. In just 1 year's time, what has MGP achieved in Sitapur district? In just 1 year's time, the MGP has connected more than 3,500 customers to solar power mini grids at the village level. What is the main advantage of solar light according to a village farmer? According to a village farmer, the main advantage of solar light is that it saves the environment because there is no pollution. For what can people use Palakkad's district library? People can use Palakkad's district library for information, knowledge, wisdom, cultural activities, research and reference. Why did the women unit get together? The women unit got together to discuss methods of empowering women. What did the library open its halls for? The library opened its halls for film screening, workshops in home economics or gardening, childcare or the arts, and for women to get help in managing family conflicts, legal disputes, and professional problems. What does Palakkad's library stand for? Palakkad's district library stands tall as a beacon to encourage women's empowerment through classes, clubs, workshops, and reading rooms. Let us continue answering few more questions. What was the burning desire of the people of Tajnagar? What did they do for it? The burning desire of the people of Tajnagar was to have a railway station in their village. And to do this, everyone in the village contributed according to their capacity and collected 21 lakh rupees. Why did people raise their demand for a railway station in their village? How did the authorities respond? The people of the village had to either go to Halimandi or Patli to catch a train. Both the stations were 6 kilometers away from Tajnagar. The railway lines also passed through the village, and so the people demanded a station there. The authorities said that they did not have funds. What is MGP, an NGO, doing in Sitapur district? Why? An NGO called MGP is building a network of low-cost solar microgrids that provide 2 LED lights and a mobile charging point to all paying households at a cost of 25 rupees per week. How were the panels installed? The roof of a sturdy, brick-walled house in each village was chosen to install the panels and the battery. The panels are installed in a southerly direction to capture as much sunlight as possible. How have solar microgrids helped the village people? Due to solar microgrids, there is no pollution, and so the environment is also saved. Besides this, new businesses have also emerged in the villages. Children study more and women enjoy cooking in light. What did the secretary of the library point out? The secretary of the library pointed out that through reading, women would realize their own strength and forge a unity. What did the library do for women? The library launched a women's unit in February 2014. The unit formulated plans on opening separate reading rooms for women. It encouraged women's empowerment through classes, clubs, workshops, and reading rooms. Now, let us write short notes using the points given in the brackets. Palakkad's District Library. Established. A center for various activities. Women's unit. halls for safe venue for women, a beacon of women's empowerment. The Palakkad District Public Library was established in September 2013. It is a library, a center for information, knowledge, wisdom, cultural activities, research and reference. A third of its 1,000 members are women. So, the library launched a women's unit in February 2014. The unit got together to discuss methods of empowering women. The library opened its halls for film screening, workshops in home economics or gardening, childcare or the arts, and for women to get help in managing family conflicts, legal disputes, and professional problems. The unit formulated plans for opening separate reading rooms for women. It encourages women's empowerment through classes, clubs, workshops, and reading rooms. Dream of railway station comes true. Need for a railway station. Effort of village people of Taj Nagar. Funds collected. Determination. Struggle. Dream came true. There were a large number of people and students in Taj Nagar who had to go to Gurgaon, Delhi and Rewari. They had to either go to Halimandi or Patli to catch a train. Both the stations are 6 kilometers away. The railway lines pass through the village, and so the people demanded a railway station there in 1982. But the railways refused, saying that they did not have any funds. So the villagers decided to build a station themselves. Everybody contributed according to their capacity, ranging from 3,000 rupees to 75,000 rupees. They pooled in 21 lakh rupees and built a railway station on their own. Their dream came true on 7 January 2010. MGP's drive for solar power in Sitapur district. More than 3,500 customers. Set up solar microgrids. Light. Beneficial. Opportunities for development. Business growth. Mera Gaon Power MGP has connected more than 3,500 customers to solar power mini grids at the village level. Village by village, MGP is building a network of low-cost solar microgrids that provide 2 LED lights and a mobile charging point to all paying households at a cost of 25 rupees per week. The MGP team maps the village house by house, working out where to place each wire so as to connect customers to the power source. Due to solar microgrids, there is no pollution, and so the environment is also saved. Besides this, new businesses have also emerged in the villages. Children study more and women enjoy cooking in light. Now, let us move to the language section. In today's language section, we will learn to describe and specify time and location. Describing and specifying time. We describe or specify time in a sentence by using time representing words like seconds, minutes, hours, day, month, year, or a specific time. For example, the train arrived here 15 minutes ago. I get up at 6 o'clock every morning. We play on the ground every Sunday. I got first rank in the class last year. Trees consume oxygen in the night. Sometimes the word when is used to describe the time of the event taking place or to ask the time. For example, I was 3 years old when I met with an accident. Sarah came to meet me when I was working on my project. I ate ice cream when everybody had slept. Here the word when represents the time of the event taking place. Now look at these sentences. When will you go for a walk? When will they arrive here? When will she complete her homework? In these sentences, the word when is used to ask for the time. Describing and specifying location. Location is described using name of a place or thing. For example, we live in Gujarat. There is a garden just behind my school. There is a red book on the table. I kept my school bag in the study room. We use the word where to refer to the location or ask for the location. For example, I go to the same temple to worship every morning where my father goes for worship. We went on the tour where the Red Fort is situated. Where is your school? Where do you go to play every day? Where is grandfather's spectacles? Now let us